Here's my quick review of round 9 of the Tata Steel Tournament. First up, Wesley So, the leader, against So and Aronian. Well, this was a Vienna variation, quite complicated, very, very theoretical. Aronian knows this backwards, and Wesley, well, didn't really risk too much here. I know it's very complicated, but he repeated a game that Aronian had played against Giri from Stavanger 2015, and here Giri played rook b3 and a draw was made, and Wesley So played rook c3, a stunning novelty, but well, a few moves later that was the position they arrived at. So unfortunately those complications were too well known to both players and it burnt out to a draw. However, if you're interested in the theory of that line, then those players are certainly worth following. Moving on to Wojtaszek against Karyakin. Well, two players showing each other a lot of respect. In this position, nothing too much going on, typical hanging pawn position, and both sides were content to repeat the position and make a draw a bit boring. Andreikin against Elyanov. This was my game of the day. This was unbelievable. Let me just give you a little taste. That was the position after move 44. King d5. The king staggering around the middle of the board like a general in the middle of a World War I battlefield with shells exploding all around. Black's queen and two rooks attempting to attack the king. These queens trying to promote at the other end of the board. Black's king exposed. This was an unbelievable game. As I said, if you want details of that, that's my game of the day. The game ends in the draw, by the way. Wei Yi against Adiban. Well, in this position, well, you can see here, Wei Yi has just played e6, and after queen b3, he's doing so well. Black's kingside pawns are shattered. White's development is wonderful. Wei Yi was better for the entire game. This was the position after move 87. He's still better, but here those two pawns could be caught by the king and knight, and the game ended in a draw. That was a remarkable defensive performance from Adiban. He had to work so hard to make the draw. Nepomniachtchi against Hare Krishna. Well, here you can see that Nepomniachtchi has sacrificed the exchange. He has a blistering attack. He outplayed Hare Krishna, but another incredible defensive performance, and Hare Krishna made a draw. Well, you can see around here the Russian has two extra pawns, but he couldn't make anything of it, and here they agreed a draw. Yeah, amazing fight for survival. Carlsen against Van Velde. This was the only decisive game in the round. Carlsen is a pawn up in this rook and pawn endgame. Not easy to make anything of this extra pawn, but Carlsen magically managed to do so, and he scored yet another win against Van Velde, who's a bit of a client of his. So Carlsen gains ground on Wesley So with that win. And Giri against Rapport. Well, Giri kept a lid on things, and they reached an endgame where, yeah, neither side had too much chance to play for a win, and this game petered out to a draw. There we go. After 9 rounds, we have Wesley So still in the lead with 6 out of 9. And then Carlsen, thanks to that win, has gained a bit of ground. Carlsen, Elyanov and Wei Yi on 5.5. And then Aronian, Adiban and Karyakin on 5. Realistically, with 4 rounds to go, any of those 7 players could win the tournament. At the bottom, we have Van Velde on 1.5 and Rapport and Nepomniachtchi on 3.5. Round 10, very interesting pairings. Wesley So has white against Wojtaszek. Now, that is a game that he could try to win, try to extend his lead. Ilyarov plays Wei Yi. That's a big clash of top players. And Carlsen has black against Hare Krishna. So after today's round, things might be much clearer.